So Stridewise is in town. Even though I refused to text him back, he still came.
Yeah.
He's like that toxic ex that just won't leave you alone.
I was gonna say, fortunately, you ignoring me is like what makes me keep coming back to you. Yeah, so this is
That's fair.
It's a healthy relationship.
No, it's so fun. I'm glad you're able to come out because even it is like Q4 and we have like Black Friday in a couple weeks. We have all this chaos going on, but it's still like at the end of the day, like there's only so many people in the industry that I actually like and get along with, and you're one of them.
Thanks,
So
man.
I'll do anything for you.
No, it's very true. I always say that. I'm like, of all the people, I meet a lot of the other YouTubers and also like factory makers and stuff, and it's like, yeah, but no one else is like someone who decided to make a weird YouTube channel about boots. Yeah,
Right.
we have a set frequency that we operate on.
I feel like even like in my 30s, I'm just barely figuring out like all my where I'm like, oh, maybe this is a little bit out of the ordinary and I can maybe work with this and it's brought me some really good things in my life, but also there's some downsides. You know, because I'll like work till I'm dead. Like I'll just grind and grind and grind. But every other aspect of my life suffers. And like as I've gotten older, I'm like, ooh, that might be a little something extra going on in there.
I know, it's like my parents are boomers, of course, and once I started having a couple of fun nervous breakdowns in my early 30s and stuff, and like had to get some help, and then I got to like, oh yeah, it turns out you have ADHD, it turns out you have OCD and this and that. And like it wasn't limiting actually. It's like, oh, now that I have a better idea of how my brain works, I know which things are helpful for me and like which ways I can get better and which ways are like you're just not quite wired that way.
Right. Yeah,
especially for like especially for like running a business as well. Like it's like, no, I'm never gonna be good at spreadsheets.
Right.
I have to hire someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas like before, it's like, no, everyone's the same. If someone else can do it, I can do it. And it's like, no, my brain just works a little different.
Well, you were just saying off camera, it's like 80%, someone was doing some sort of study or something, they're like 80% of entrepreneurs and CEOs have some form of neurodivergence.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, yeah, this is so true, because I'll get on these calls, I'll get on with like all the brands, like, you know, in various forms, and you start talking to the CEOs or the owners, and you're like, oh, we're the same.
Yeah.
I mean, the same problem.
To be unusual, you need to be unusual generally.
Right.
You know, it's just kind of that. You know, like the ratio of people who wind up having the risk tolerance and lateral thinking to become founders and everything. It's relative to the amount of people they're able to hire who aren't like that. It's like successful people are unusual, and usually that's because they're unusual.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, like I was talking.
Not always, but usually.
I was talking to my buddy Jay, and we were just like talking. It's actually a similar topic, and we're just like, yeah, because everyone feels a little different, you know. But it's not till you like get older that you're like, oh, that's where a lot of my extra strengths came from. Because if I was just standard across the board, my results would be standard across the boards. But I'm a little insane in this way, a little insane in this way, and there's just as many negative sides of it. Like for me, it's like whatever I'm like if I'm like, let's say like this is like your chart of like normal happiness and like driven, but also like depressed.
Yes.
For me, it's like most people kind of go like this.
Yeah.
But for me, I'll go super high, and I'm like, I'm conquering the world. I can do this. And then I'll crash, and I'm like, what the is wrong with me? I thought I was a conqueror. I thought I could do this. I thought this was like part of my thing.
I'm the worst.
And it wasn't until I like really looked at it for what it was, I'm like, oh, I just swing a lot harder than people. Like if I really expect that much of myself, my body's gonna respond this much, or my psyche or whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, it's true, and it's like getting, you know, whether it's diagnosis or just learning more about yourself. You know, it's I don't think it's ever the case that it fixes you, but it makes you aware of like what works and what doesn't work so well for you, and that helps you have like a better and happier life.
Right.
I think, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly, like I still have ups and downs, and it's nothing like out of the ordinary to some degree. It's not like I'm like crazy depressed and this is like going through hell. But it's like you do swing in your everyday life, and I've noticed like those deeper swings, like negative swings. If you were like, okay, that's all right. Like this is part of that's how it goes. It's just part of the process. It's like how I recover after a really heavy like sprint. And if anything, I've noticed that, like when I'm in those darker spots, that's actually where I learn the most. And it's where I'm most connected with myself. It's the most like connected to the whole thing that's happening. But when everything's going well, the business is going well, the girls are going well, whatever happens to me, you know, it's like I almost don't even think about my daily life. And so I just had to like reframe, like, okay, well, even though these dark spots are dark, they're part of the process, they're good for me, they're a nice moment to really reflect on things, and I think that's what it is for me too, is like just slowly learning how to like be okay with it and handle it instead of just like fighting with it all the time.
Yeah, it's like a very, like I know people, I mean, you know, all of our parents and grandparents are more repressed than our generations are, and it's like, I know a lot of them that are like, why would I want to go get therapy? Why would I want to read this book that's going to explore my inner workings? Like that's probably going to be unpleasant. And like, what is this actually going to achieve? And it's like, actually, when you can go in there and like, you know, take a good look at the muck inside, there's a real consequence of like being better at knowing what you're good at and when you need to take a break, and it results in better overall health. Interestingly, what you were just saying with the darker points and higher points, not that interesting, I guess, but Jerry Seinfeld has a lot of interesting interviews on this, where he's just said,
really?
like, yeah, like it just every few months or whatever, he'll like just like fall into a depression.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's like, I've just accepted it as like that's the part of the price of like being a creative and unusually successful person. It's just that's like the cost of entry.
I think that's part of it too. Like creatives, for whatever reason, there's like it's almost inherent to the creative process that you need to feel the ups and downs. Like I don't think you can be as creative as a person if you're just happy all the time. Like I think, well, because you think about any philosopher, any artist, anybody that's really made an impact on the world, it usually came from like the they went through.
Yeah.
So take your mental health advice from me and Nick, because we clearly have it all figured out.
We are qualified to give medical advice over the internet.
Our GoFundMe, our mutual GoFundMe's below.
Yeah, my therapist is getting expensive. No, that's such a New York thing to say.
But the real reason you're here is you've been flying around the world for freaking 7 weeks, and you got a boot that's coming out, or is it already out?
It's out now. Yes, you can.
By the time you're watching this.
Yes, it came out like 2 days ago.
Okay.
And it's pre-orders. So
Sweet.
There's 1 month where we got to get all the pre-orders, and then like they shut down. So it's a very time-intensive thing, which is one of the reasons why I was not able to take a break. And I had to keep on. I had to come straight here from Chicago, which was straight from Vietnam, which was straight from like R.M. Williams in South Australia.
So how much of that your 7-week journey has been around this boot? Did you travel for that, or are you just doing like other little?
A bit of it was. So Chicago was, also Vietnam was, a bunch of things. I'm all Feral Swine all the time at the moment.
He's a swine man.
Yeah, call me Swinefeld, the way I'm a swine.
Don't mind the motorcycle gang. There's literally like a shout out to him if you're watching this. Don't hurt us. But it's like this old motorcycle gang of, and maybe not old, but they're like old dogs. You know, they're really, really nice and really friendly. But they rip down this road every freaking day. And I'll be like, and that's what's so cool about Heritage Goods. And I'm like, I gotta restart this whole freaking take.
Yeah. When I lived in the East Village, I was across the street from Hells Angels.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was, nice enough, but just don't get in their way.
So let's just start with the boot. Give me a breakdown of like, what was the whole inception of the boot? Why did you want to do it? And kind of just talk me through where this whole project came from.
Yeah, I've been doing leather stuff for quite a while, as you, and I genuinely think it is the most. Everything on my channel is like sustainable, but I don't think I've ever used that word because guys don't like to hear the word sustainable.
I wouldn't immediately assume like sustainability with Stridewise, but like through the lens of like buying high quality footwear.
Yeah, it's all durable. There's very little, polyester and all the rest of it. But like anyway, the point is, I know that guys tend to not want to think about sustainability, but this leather is like. It's so, there's nothing you can complain about with it. Like it's the most justifiable ethically leather there is. You know what I mean? I've spent so much time over the last few months because I'm not just releasing this Feral Swine leather boot, but I've also got a bag company, leather goods brand as well. Bad Leather Goods, badleathergoods.com.
Bad Leather Goods, I love that.
And I have indeed been like traveling with this and this other gigantic travel bag all over the world, testing them out. These are some prototypes that we've been working through.
Cool.
And it's all I've been talking about, and it just gets more and more interesting the more I talk about it. They're horrible creatures that are net negative, and
most people don't understand that.
No.
Like most people are like, oh, they're pigs. They're so pink and small, piglet.
Yeah.
Like they're so nice.
It's like, first of all, pigs are unusual in that they have like some recessive gene that, you know how like if you're predisposed to getting lung cancer, the genes might switch on from
epigenetics.
Like when the pig escapes captivity, this gene like realizes that it's in the wild, and they just get like bigger and meaner and more aggressive, and
lots of hair.
Their hair becomes thick like porcupine quills, which you can like kind of see. It's like one of the many reasons why it's really, really hard to make this leather, because just getting the hair out of there is really hard. But they're monstrous creatures. They cause $2.5 billion of agricultural damage every year.
2.5 billion?
Yeah, billions.
Oh my gosh.
They carry dozens and dozens. The number is about 70 of different diseases, viral and bacterial and parasitic.
Dang.
And so that means like they're also like killing livestock, just like by being in the area. I interviewed a biologist in like a non-profit research center in rural Oklahoma about it. He invented a boar trap, but he was like in like this big campus of a non-profit to help farmers with their soil health, which boars also ruin because as you can see from this footage, I visited a ranch and I saw some of the kind of damage they do. Like, they'll just like tear through an area and
they'll tear the whole ground up.
They'll uproot the whole ground, and they'll just ruin all the work. They make it harder for farmers to make money. So there's there's so many ways they're bad. They even like, this is like maybe, this is one I'm never quite sure to talk about because it makes them, you really hate them. They kill baby calves and lambs a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And also cows when they're giving birth, when they're vulnerable and giving birth.
Yeah.
Pigs will often just like kill them. And you know, I think it was like, was it $36 or $76 million just from vehicle collisions a year?
Oh my gosh.
Like just like everything about them is terrible. And even the biologist that I spoke to, he was like, they don't have a single redeeming quality about them. And I was like, until now, right? And he was like, yeah, I do like this leather. And I was like, that's good. But it's...
but it's also, there's a difference between feral pigs and javelinas, right? Because I think some people are going to be like, wait, no, those are wild pigs. What are you talking about? And so is this strictly feral pigs, which means they were the pigs that we eat, that we raise for farms, that escaped and then overpopulated out in nature, and then is that what these are, or is there a mixture of other like normal wild pigs like javelinas? And
so there aren't any pigs native to North America.
Okay.
But we've been kind of releasing them here since like the 1400s. I think the Spanish were doing it, 1500s.
Sounds right.
Yeah, and so some of them are descended from those. Others are descended from others. They just escaped like this generation and they mutated and got weird looking. But like the genetic material is like a little inconsistent between them. Yeah, like
but they're all from like released swine at some point.
Yeah,
that are not native to the U.S.
No, they're not native. That's why, and that's a big part of why they're uniquely terrible for the environment and for farmers, because, you know.
Well, look at Australia, for example. You have the prime example of invasive species.
Including wild pigs.
Yeah.
But anything that you bring to Australia, people think we have giant...
I've seen rabbit-proof fence.
People think we have giant predators everywhere. We don't. That's why everything becomes a pest when we introduce it there.
They just look scary.
But like, the thing with them being invasive pests is really important because pigs are from Europe, Eurasia, and the environment's a bit better equipped to handle them. And like, it just isn't so much here. And like, you know, you and I have worked a bit with like deer leather and kangaroo leather, and when people are like, "Oh, that's a cute animal," it's like, well, they're actually considered pests. The farmers have to kill them, or you know, because they're interfering with their crops and everything, and that does make it more justifiable. And they did have nice lives in the wild. Like there are advantages to that over regular leather, but that nonetheless. Are they actually the pests, or are we the pests in that situation? You know?
Yeah, it's fair.
But with pigs, they're not from here. Like, and so they cause a uniquely big toll on, again, like the soil health, and have the right kind of predators to control them.
I think it is a different conversation from hunting because, like, I've always been a hunter, and people always get mad every time we release bear slayers. Like, how dare you kill Boo Boo? I was like, first of all, I've been hunting bears for 10 years. I'm the only one in the family that hasn't killed one. But also, it's a different thing because, like, those animals, like you said, they live their whole lives. You shoot them, but people can still be upset with that. I understand. But this is a completely different thing. These are like invasive. They destroy crops. They're the bane of everyone in Oklahoma and Texas' existence. They'll, like you said, like $1 billion of crops a year or whatever.
Billions, plural.
That's insane. It is a completely different thing than even hunting, you know?
Yeah, it's really unlike other wild hunted leather out there, including like deer and that kind of stuff.
Did I beg you to be like, if you go hunting, let me do the shooting. Let's find somebody who has a helicopter and let's mow those down.
Yeah, there are indeed hunting trips all over the US where people can, and they're also called, one of them is called pork choppers. They've all got really good names. But
I've heard of that one.
I was keen to go and do it, but
let's do it.
You will.
I'm so down.
But YouTube and Instagram, they don't let you put guns and machine guns in your videos, right?
Well, we just released a hunting video. It has 3,000 views.
I think I would want to put it in like ads for it.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, we should.
They don't let you do that.
I would be so down.
Yeah.
Help me convince Nick to let me go murder massive amounts of pigs on YouTube.
I'm into it
in my career.
This is like my life mission. Maybe it's because also I'm Australian, where, as you said, we have like so many invasive pests that just destroy the environment, like cane toads and everything else, and we're as a nation, we're terrified of biosecurity and bringing in another species that will like just ravage everything.
Because you've had rabbits, the frogs.
There's rabbits. There's
cats.
Yeah, camels. We're like the only country in the world with invasive feral camels. Because we brought them over to help us cross the desert, and then we just let them go. All right, off you go. And now there's just too many camels.
And Aboriginals are like, what the hell?
Yeah, what is this?
They're the wrong country, bro.
But where was I going with that?
I always take us off track, but that's the fun of it. That's why I wanted to do this video first. Because it's just fun to like.
Oh, hang on, I remember now because it was like, maybe part of it is because Australians are particularly from birth we're taught to like hate and worry about invasive species. But also, I just became a U.S. citizen like a couple months ago.
Oh, welcome, brother.
And and it was like, I confess, I thought it was going to be, you know, the swearing in ceremony and all that kind of stuff. I didn't think it was going to be very affecting, but it was actually.
Was it really?
It was really nice, and the speech was very much like.
Tell me about it.
There are responsibilities that come with being a citizen of this country, and they also literally make you swear to defend this nation from enemies, foreign and domestic. And I'm like, I got you domestic enemies, right? It was really not long after that. I'm like, I'm starting a company. I'm gonna give back to.
So funny.
I'm giving back to the U.S. and I'm gonna help some farmers. And it's funny. I literally. I went around. It was Waurika, Oklahoma. I went around Texas. I went interviewing a few different people involved in the problem in different areas, and yeah, they were like, there's just nothing as I hate more than these. Like we have other pests, but there's a unique, searing hatred for them.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it also makes really cool looking leather.
That's the cool part about it. It's like, look, because like we talked about before, it's like some people are like, well, you got these like loose grain and it's like fibery here and this. I'm like, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the coolest part about this leather is it is imperfect. It has all the scars. It has all the scratches because.
Does it go into here? Where is it?
Here's your. It's not maybe the best place for a bag.
Well, if you can see it, it's covered in scars. And this is another reason why it's, I'm sorry to say the word sustainable here, but like if anyone who's ever been involved with leather goods at all or boots, they throw out so much leather because it has scars on it and people don't want scars on it.
We have hundreds of pounds in buckets, like 5 feet that way that we'll just never use.
And what I really like, one of the things I really like about using Feral Swine leather on the boots or on badleathergoods.com is that you're getting scarred, beat up leather.
Yeah.
It would be impossible to start a business in Feral Swine without the scars.
Right.
But it's also, this means we don't throw away leather, you know?
Right.
And also, you know, we're employing like American like hunters and trappers and stuff, and it's
this looks, and the cool thing, it's like pre-patinaed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This looks like somebody's been wearing this for like 50 years, and your grandpa that was Indiana Jones, you discovered it in the basement, and there's secret writings in it.
We have two different types of wild boar. So we got three. Here, just look them. There are three leathers.
See the black.
Yeah. We got three leathers, three wild boar leathers, and this is on Bad Leather Goods and also on the boots here. So we're sort of in concert here. So we got wallets and belts and everything else, and the cognac. They always call it cognac, the orange one.
Yep.
The cognac one, the black. This is it's full grain. And the chocolate one, which is the same leather on this bag, it's like buffed just a little bit. It's called waxy boar. So this one is it's a little more velvety to the touch, which is nice. And also, if you really, it has a little bit less of the scar. The scarring's a little bit less visible on this. But you still shouldn't buy it expecting to not, if you don't want scars. But like the scarring is a little bit less visible, and it's also at the same time a bit more rugged because it's been buffed a little bit. There's more texture on the surface.
I love this. Like this cognac is my favorite color.
Yeah.
But this texture I just love.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
obviously
really cool.
Same concept as the freaking, like drifters. I love stuff. I hate brand new looking stuff. I have my entire life. It's probably because I was like raised in the country and it's like, in like maybe the less affluent areas, when you're being flashy, you're like, look at my brand new this, and this. Everyone else is like, ew. Like, you think you're better than us?
Yeah.
So it was like a little bit of bucket of crabs mentality, but like as an adult now, I'm still like, I still just like beat up stuff.
No, of course.
I still like things that have like history and they tell the story.
It's like a picture of like an old Red Wing 875 Mokto is like, that's why I'm here today. Like, I want the old beat up nice leather. It's been oiled, it's got like character, it looks loved, looks like it's been part of someone's journey. That's really the whole thing. New stuff is nice, but yeah, it's just, especially leather, it's so much better when it's mold. And that's actually, and I think about the waxy leather is that you get a bit of a head start on the patina. It's already beat up.
Yeah, these would kill it in the Thunderdome. Do you have a pair in Ben's?
I don't. I respect the Thunderdome, but I have to be wearing a different pair of boots like every week,
fair.
every 2 weeks.
I seated a couple people. I was like, will you wear these and put them in the Thunderdome? That's like the only way we ever get boots in the Thunderdome.
That was really low wing.
I love the leather. I think it turned out so sick.
It's really good. And the other thing is like the story, obviously, I can sit here talking about how horrible wild boar are and the cool stories of it. And you'll often, in this world of leather goods and boots, have a leather with a cool story, but like it still looks like a nice brown leather. And like this is one where like the weirdness of the aesthetic like matches the weirdness of the story of the leather. Like it's a completely unique looking leather. Like the combination of the follicles from where the hair was. Again, pig's hair, it turns into like almost like quills.
Yeah.
Like, it's very hard to get out. It's one of the many reasons why the leather's really hard to make in the tannery, and it has a distinct appearance on it as well.
Well, that's the other half of the story, right? Is like you went to like 2 or 3 different tanneries, and it's like, can you guys do this? Like, it's too oily, it's too inconsistent. I don't want to deal with the hair. Like,
Yeah. It's
Talk
like,
a little bit about that.
Like the first step when you get the hide into the tannery is to remove the hair. We call it called beaming. And like step 1, like tannery would get the hide, and they're like, nah, we can't work with this. And so we eventually found Galun leathers.
Is that how you say it? I've been saying it gallon.
I know, it's Galun, I'm afraid.
Galun? Galun with an M?
No, with an N.
Oh, it's an N?
Yeah.
Galun?
Like gallon, but Galun. It is Galun.
I'm so bad at getting the names right.
And he's like, he cracked the code on it. It was 5 years of development to get this leather right.
You've been working on this 5 years? Or he's been like working in the background on like a similar project, and you're like, oh, you guys are doing something similar?
When I came to Caswell with the idea of a Feral Swine leather boot, this leather didn't exist for a few other reasons that I mentioned, and it took like it was like a year between that and us like having like a leather that would work.
Right.
And like Ed at Galun had been working on it for a while at that point already.
Cool.
But like, they had to come up with like new processes for getting the hair out, which is like really hard to do. It's like greasy, but in a bad way, annoyingly greasy.
It's impermeable, so you can't get like tannins in there.
They got to degrease it. I think they usually degrease it before they re-grease it, re-oil it, and everything in the production process. But that was extra hard to do with this leather. The thickness was a bit inconsistent.
Right, a lot smaller animal.
Yeah, well, it's pretty big actually.
Fair to cow though.
I got some shots of me holding a hide like this. They get so big.
Have you seen Hogzilla? This is like an old school hunting reference.
Yeah, they're like 800-pound animals. Like that.
It's like in Siberia, because that's I think where they came from is like in like Siberia and out in that area, and it's because it's like, that makes sense for them. Like the big. Yeah,
they gotta be very hardy. They gotta be able to survive on anything. Yeah, it was a. They're unkillable. They're also like really smart. Like just trapping them is very hard to do. They know how to like defuse traps.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they get.
Are you kidding me?
They get insanely nightmarishly big.
And these big hogs are from Texas.
Like this is like me like with a hide.
That's so insane.
Yeah, like they get so big.
Because a cow hide is roughly like 50 square feet. Do you know how many?
Whatever, I'll send you the photo. But there it is. It's big.
Let me double check. We're still recording. Do you know how many square feet like a full hide is?
I just learned about this all at a tannery a couple of days ago, but
and you forgot it all?
I can't remember.
Come on, Nick.
It was in feet, to be fair. I'm not American enough to probably conceptualize.
Well,
I'm actually I'm just not good at numbers. That's all. I can't remember any numbers.
I mean, I can't spell or anything. Anything that actually shows any intellect, like I have no ability. Yeah, look at those. Those are insane.
They get so big, and they're mean. Like they're violent.
Yeah.
They fight a lot. They'll fight with domestic animals. They'll kill pets.
They'll kill you.
And also, even if they don't, they're full of so many diseases.
Yeah.
Like some of them can jump from hog to person. Like when you're butchering it, it's like it's like a hazard.
Well, they're very similar genetically to us, right? Allegedly.
Yeah, a lot of our diseases will come from them. But like, you know what? Like
swine flu.
They're cooking up. This species is cooking up another swine flu. Like the government, the USDA has like multiple like bodies dedicated to eradicating feral swine. One of them was called WHEAT, which is the Wild Hog Eradication Action Team. That was pretty good. Yeah, I'd like to.
Crew.
But I've been talking to like these USDA employees about it. Like I've been going from like nonprofit biologist people to like the actual ranchers to like government officials. Like I've been spending like the last like 6 months, a year, like just talking to these people and learning all about it. And I just keep on uncovering ways that they're terrible and bad for everything.
So basically, if you don't want to go through COVID 2.0, you have to buy these bags and these boots. Otherwise, it's going to come from these feral swine.
It's an ethically right thing to do. But also, like there are literally, I think it's a published study, but and I believe it's that the language is reflected by the U.S. by the federal government, but. Introducing a hog to a new area, which actually some people do so they can hunt them. Oh. It's considered an act of bioterrorism because like they're so full of diseases and they're so bad for like everything. Like it's considered like it's a threat.
That's insane.
On a national level, like there's so many signs of this as well. Like deer and everything else. Like they're considered pests. You can hunt them, but there's still like there's a season for them when you're allowed to. I believe this is the only animal where like. across the entire country, any time of year. There's no limit.
It's just open range,
Yeah,
24/7.
I think you're often like paid for it by the state, like to please go and kill some boar.
Yeah,
for
get
us.
some bounty.
Yeah, like there's no like it's so important that we wipe them out. That we try it. Like it's there's no season for it, which is very unusual for hunters.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Fact check that before you go out and start murdering random pigs out there. don't rely on me and Stridewise's opinions on that.
You saying I don't do my research?
Well,
I did hear that from a rancher actually. So
Yeah,
to be fair,
that's what I'm
that's maybe not a government authority, but yeah, they're so terrible, and it was just like. It's like your patriotic duty. Like there's no better leather to get. Like you really like there's nothing you can complain about. It's basically vegan. It's like it's like basically vegan leather.
Yeah, no, for real.
You can't. There's no farming. It's got to be carbon positive. You know.
Right.
There's like nothing. It's only upside to wiping them out. Like that's like word for word what a lot of farmers said. Like they
eat
good
everything.
for absolutely nothing.
They eat it all.
That's why they're such a good like food source because they're easy to feed. Like they're used to.
That's why that stigma is like, oh, in the pig pen, in the pig slop, just feed it all to the pigs.
Yeah.
They'll just eat anything. Like they'll eat ground nesting birds. They'll eat they'll eat rabbits. They'll eat anything they can get their jaws on. They'll eat it.
Yeah, I just spent like a month in Asia, and it's not a coincidence that in developing countries, pig is usually the most common meat because it's just like just feed them whatever. It's not a sophisticated farming operation. It doesn't have to be, you know.
Well, that's like the whole argument too with like. Because I was raised on a farm. I was raised on a red and black Angus farm with alfalfa like fields and stuff. And so I was always around like nature. I a big hunting family, so I just saw life and death a lot. And so to me, it wasn't as big of a deal. Still, I'm not like I still like when I go hunting. I was still a little sad when I kill an animal, but it's like it's within the context of how I was raised. And I was also raised on the farm in alfalfa fields, and I saw how many little rabbits, little squirrels, how many like little coyotes, animals get churned up when you're harvesting crops.
Yes.
And so this whole concept of like, well, I only eat like vegetables because it's cruelty free. I'm like, it's definitely not. Come down to the farm, I'll show you.
Yeah, I was vegetarian for 5 years in my 20s, and I
didn't know this about you. I'm gonna have to call the freaking State Department that just issued you your U.S.
I know. Well, look, I actually, when I was early in my journalism career, that was when I'd gotten back into eating meat, and I wrote this article where I went out to a farm and I slaughtered a chicken and everything.
Oh, wow.
I was like, look, if I'm going to be eating meat, I got to be comfortable actually, killing an animal. The point being that I eat meats. You know, I'm not someone who's super caught up on the ethics and everything. But like you said, sometimes you'll hunt and you'll still feel like a little bad. And like, you know, sometimes, you know, when I'm buying meat, like, usually if I can, I'll try to go for like an organic one just because they get a certain amount of time outside. Like, you know, it's not just like you don't eat meat or you do. Like everyone like thinks about stuff a little bit. And I definitely am not disowning my other leather goods. All the other leather is awesome. But like, yeah, this one is just so far. Like I'm always running through moral objections to everything I do because I'm obsessed with the same person, and there's just zero for this. Yeah. I can find them for like steer hide, like factory farm, the global imprint, or the carbon footprint, the methane, blah 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 blah. There's nothing to complain about with Feral Swine. It's like the least problematic leather. I'm trying to figure out the language. I think because like last year we had an early version of this boot, and I think my video was called "The World's Least Problematic Leather," which is true, but I'm like, I gotta some slightly more catchy way of saying that. I gotta work. If everyone's got any comments downstairs in the comments.
Least cancelable leather.
The least cancelable. Let's just call it like practically vegan leather, and then at least I'll get views from angry vegans.
Yeah, like just like the first true vegan leather, or like somehow look at the pack. It's like this is leather, but it's really vegan, and you catch all the vegans and watch it, and they're like, what the?
There aren't many leathers that like save animals, you know, but this might be the only one that does. I don't know, but like, they wipe out so many, both our domestic livestock and also native species.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't think you get to say that about any other leather, you know?
It's definitely like a net positive compared to any other leather out there that I've like heard the story of.
Yeah, I know. I did this collaboration with Caswell last year. It was a slightly different boot, different construction, but yeah, I came with the idea for the leather. I just thought it kind of sounded cool, and then I just kept on reading it. And then I did a video last year coming out with it. I did a whole thing about like, you know, it's your patriotic duty to help the farmers and da-da-da. And it was just so fun, and I just kept doing more and more research on it. And I think I can find a text to you actually from around that time where I was like, I should start. I'll see if I can find it and put it on the screen, because I think you might have been the first person where I was like, I should start something with like bags and belts and stuff as well.
Like,
this is such a good idea. Like, it's just the least objectionable leather in the entire world, and it looks really cool. But you can't dress it up though, I'm afraid.
I don't know. When you wear them in, like this one that you're kind of wearing today, like it still has all the scars and scratches on it, but it's not. like it still looks like a really classy, clean boot.
Yeah.
Like to the people that really, really care about like precision and all this, like yeah, they're like, oh, look at the scars and scratches. But that's what I like about it. It's like a combination of like a dressier looking boot, but this really rugged, gnarly leather that has this cool backstory.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like that juxtaposition of it.
Yeah, that's the thing with Caswell. Caswell's a small brand. It's Kevin Wilson. He lives in DC. He's not
Kevin's
far from
the man.
me. Yeah, he's a cool
Kevin's
dude.
the man.
And that was sort of. He's come out with so many other models now and collaborations that not all of his products are like this, but like generally the idea with Caswell was like dressy-ish lasts and like rugged and funny leathers.
Right.
And like every other time that I would talk to, this is my first collaboration I ever did, and I've been offered them by brands a million times over the years, but it's always like, check it out, we got this new leather, it's a really nice shade of like middle brown.
And you're like,
and I'm like, that's not interesting. Like, you know, I appreciate that's hard to do, but I'm like, that's not that interesting to me. I want something like a bigger swing, a bigger move. And
let's make a splash.
Yeah, and Caswell's like, check it out, I finally found, like musk ox scan or something, or like moose, and I'm like, yes, that's what I want to try and do. So yeah, I was thinking for a bit to like have this like with a wider toe or something, but it underscores how unique the product is. Like not only is this just like a completely unique leather, but also like using it this way, like a slightly. It's not dressy, you know. It's a derby boot, doesn't have blind eyelets, blah blah blah. But yeah, with your more straight leg jeans, you know, you can wear them with chinos. You can do whatever. Yeah, they're modern. You know what I mean? Like they're not a throwback boot. I think is what's interesting about the design.
And like the more you beat them up, the cooler they look. Like you've already got the pre-built-in like.
It's already all beat up. I know.
Gone. You know, like that's like, I've probably told this on the channel before, but like when I was a kid, I was similar. Like I was like, everything has to be perfect. I don't want any scratches in anything. You know, like when you're a kid, you just like want everything perfect. I finally have something, nobody scratch it. And then one of my guys in my town had like this old Volkswagen that his family bought him, and he's like, this is my dream Volkswagen. It was like just a little rabbit. It was like from like the 70s. I was like, that thing is sick, but like also it's a Volkswagen, you know? And he's like, yeah, but this is the thing that's cool about it. Like this car has a history. Before I even touched it, this has like 50 years of history. I'm like, oh, that's a cool point. And he's like, and look at this little dent, look at this, and this, who knows what happened here with this? He's like, this is what imbues items with their soul, is the experience. And I'm like, and my like 10-year-old brain was like, oh, it
locked into it. Yeah. No, it's one of the things that's so appealing about. I mean, all the kind of products that I cover on the channel, but especially when it's like leather and denim and stuff that like patinates. And especially when it's casual stuff, because my stuff, it's casual, durable. It's like the kind of tagline I eventually wound up with, because. Yeah, when you're taking this stuff, whether it's boots or a bag, on your daily journeys, on your adventures, like you develop a relationship with it. Like it's like this has been a companion. I shared all these moments with it, and it's also the bag has changed as I have changed. Yeah, you know, like over the last like year or two or three, like this has also aged along with me, but in a nice way. I've gotten more handsome, and so is the product. But yeah, it's I don't know, maybe totemism is the word, just like the way that they get imbued with meaning.
Totemism, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's the word, right? Yeah, like totem poles. It's like, you know, these non-human things, we imbue them with soul and meaning. And I don't think that it'd be fair to say that's meaningless and doesn't actually happen, and it's just like rambling metaphysics, stone dorm room talk. Yeah, like no, like we put being into them.
Well, and this is real. This absorbs real experience. Like this is like a physical product that is actually absorbing everything you do. This, when you're on TikTok, like I do, scrolling nonstop, you know, it's like nothing is happening in the physical world that's like manifesting in reality. You know, that's why I like.
Like nothing's actually happening. You mean?
It's like when you're using things and you're buying things, or you're out adventuring, you're doing like. There's physical action happening in the world, and your products show that. Versus when you're doing just like TikTok and online stuff, it's a hobby in its own way. But I think that for me, that's part of what I'm missing from like the online world. Is like I have nothing to show for it. I have nothing to like. Hey, remember this? Remember that? Like that's why like I think people are starting to come back to these high quality goods that are actually rare. Because especially, you know, once again, 2025, everything's on Amazon. It's made in China. It's all crap. You can't buy anything of any quality, and everything that you buy, for the most part, starts the highest quality it's going to get, and then it just immediately starts falling off a cliff. Yeah. Where these goods, whether it's a bag, the denim that we talked about, the boots, any of this high quality good.
This is also lined with denim, by the way.
Yeah.
Upcycled denim. Upcycled denim.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's not going to bleed on your stuff either.
And it just gets better. And it's like. you have something to show for it, and I think that's why people are returning more to high quality goods. Because even like I feel like the sneakerhead world's kind of like waning because people are realizing like, oh, this is like a third of my paycheck, and there's no intrinsic value to this. It's all just hype value.
It's funny. In the earlier years of Stridewise, obviously, the traffic would tank in summer because people aren't wearing boots so much, and so I was like, all right, I'll do sneakers in summer. I'll do more of that. And like with the boots, I would wear them for a few weeks before doing a review, and like just all the comments, just people yelling at me like clean those sneakers, they look dirty, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't care about keeping my sneakers pristine and everything.
Me neither.
And also, they don't. I mean, I was doing more durable sneakers, but nonetheless, it wasn't until like the last like couple of years where I started to like loafers, and like it's a similar-ish philosophy. It just in that like they last a long time, improve with the age, and all the rest of it. It's resolvable, blah blah blah. And I'm happier now. Now I'm a boots and loafers guy. I'm none of that pretense, like pretending that I like sneakers. Like no.
Dude, well, even like for us on our channel, it's like I was never a sneakerhead, and I was like, I'm not gonna pretend to be something I'm not. And like I was worried the first few years, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go on here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell like the truth about what I think about these. I'm like, you guys are wasting your freaking money. Who would buy this for $500? And like the initial like first like few videos we did, everyone was like talking like, who is this guy? He doesn't know anything about sneakers. I'm like, that's the point, because like all you guys are talking about this stuff. You're so deep in the industry that you're missing the reality of what's happening in front of you. And I think that's part of why like our sneakers videos pop off, because we're emphasizing how terrible a lot of them are. When you're comparing them against like stuff that is actually worth the price and will last and get better with age.
Yeah, it's almost like sneakers, even though they're probably the most casual footwear of the kind of stuff that we look at. They're the closest to dress footwear. Yeah. In that, like when you're wearing a suit, you don't have to have patina on it. Exactly. your nice box calf shoes, like that is a leather welted footwear that is not supposed to look old and beaten up. But it's really sneakers, at least sneakerhead, that side of things. Yeah, it's close to dressy wear, and I just don't have the patience for that.
Well, that's the difference between like dressier shoes and boots compared to like sneaker stuff. It's like sneakers are a lot further away to this boot than your dress shoes are, and so the dress shoes share a lot of that same value and stuff. But instead of like, you got to beat these up, you got to be rugged, you got to be a man to show that you can wear heritage boots. It's more like you said, it's like, no, these can last forever, and because of that, these will look good forever if I take care of them. Yeah. So it's it's like it's the same theory, but just a little bit like different.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to. I know guys that they'll brush their boots down every time they wear them, and it's like, no, come on, like I don't.
Do you have no other hobbies?
I don't want my boots to be the master of me.
Right. Yeah.
and so the leather is obviously it's casual. It's a casual leather, and but it's nice because we got the bags and we got belts as well and wallets and everything else, and there's just no pretense with it. That's kind of the whole brand. There's no pretense.
Yeah.
And everything is unfortunately durable. It's a bad business strategy to not make stuff that's going to fall apart pretty soon.
Well, it's like the Pacific Northwest brands. Like they had this huge like boom in like 2020 to 2022. Like their businesses were growing like crazy, and everyone's buying all their boots. Guess what? Those boots last 5 to 10 years. And so like after that big boom and everyone kind of got back to normal life, I think some of those really high-end brands were like, oh.
I know, our stuff was too nice.
We made our stuff too good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's funny. That's sort of like, I think it was the Instant Pot, right? That's like the pressure cook that can do everything. Everyone bought one in the pandemic, and like their business was like a million times higher. And then it just completely tanked the next year, and that's like because people didn't need an Instant Pot now.
Yeah, it's like how many Instant Pots do you need?
Yeah, unfortunately, we made a good product, and so do we. So do I.
Yeah, it's a cool boot, and like the next video we're gonna literally sit down and record is we already have it cut in half, and we're not gonna show the insides, but it's already cut. So on the main channel, we're gonna go through all the materials because I mostly wanted this like for the story and like kind of the backstory of it and like how you got to this point, and then we'll see like what the quality actually is, because how much do these retail for?
$450 is how much they cost. And I'm in Portugal, which is like a nice like manufacturing hub. That's like, I actually visited there earlier this year because I was thinking about starting a jeans line, and I went to some factories there.
Yeah, you say
it's nice.
You say you don't like traveling, but you're literally always traveling and doing like the coolest documentaries. Because you interviewed the R.M. Williams owner, who's like the richest dude in Australia.
I did.
So you've been like on a crazy tour. Like, what have you all hit, and like what's all the content you have coming out with all this big like 7-week travel set you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, the annoying thing was that in September I used to live in China, and I went to China to see a friend. It was a 12-day trip for my birthday, and I was meant to be back in less than 2 weeks, and this is week 7 of that trip. And it's funny because like it's all been work trips, work travel, and I work on the internet, and so everyone, my friends and family, they're always like, oh, you can just work from anywhere, you can do whatever. And I'm like, no, actually, it doesn't work like that. I have to go all over the place. It's like I had to go to Malaysia because I'm working on a business with Southeast Asian salvage denim, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm trying to talk too much about that at the moment, but that's going to be very fun and cool. And then when I was around this, Aaron Williams was like, hey, it's our birthday, can we bring you down here?
We don't want that Rose Anvil guy. That guy's talking nothing but shit about us. But the thing is, like, their boots are fine, but like some of their stuff is really bad. And like, someone's got to hold them accountable. You're a native Australian. It's not your job.
I actually can't criticize Aaron Williams with my mouth.
It's part of the genetic code.
Yeah, it is very much so. I got a pair of boots out of them, and it had a really soft leather insole, a really soft like foamy insole for bed, and I hate it. And I was like, oh yeah, I would complain about this, but that is the best seller. People like softer.
Right.
Anyway,
but that's the point, right? It was like those brands are like, hey, that's his perspective, and it's not the only perspective that matters. And that's why it's like it is good that like because we take that hardline stance on a lot of things because like a lot of people value that. And if no one else is like saying like, okay, regardless of hype, regardless of story, regardless of this, what is the actual quality? What's actually on the inside? And so there is a lot of value in the rounding out of that idea because it's not just, okay, here's the quality of R.M. Williams. It is to us because that's what we do, but to the rest of the world, there's a lot of other values. It's like Alden's. Like, oh, Alden's suck because they do. They're like really shit guys. But there's all the externalities of like that shit that people love.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, at least in the case of R.M. Williams and with a lot of other brands, like they'll sell the model that's like got more, like doesn't have any leather underfoot at all or something, but it has good shock absorption and lightweightness as a result. But they'll also sell something with like a leather insole, midsole, and doesn't have synthetic components in it. And the fact is that almost all the time that the softer synthetic one is going to sell better, but they'll still sell the other ones for guys like you and me, honestly, who prefer that feeling. But in many cases, when you want to complain about this is all foamy, it's like, that's the one that sells best.
Yeah,
like
and
the market does prefer that one actually, but they'll give you. But you do have the alternative if you have an issue with it, And then after R.M. Williams, though, I had to go to Vietnam because we had the Stitch Down boot camp, which is where this boot got announced and released.
Cool.
And so we wanted to get the badleathergoods.com website up and ready for that. And my website manager, he's an American guy, but he lives in Vietnam. And I'm like in Australia, and I'm like, oh God. Then I went to Vietnam. And then I was like, oh, I got to go to the Stitch Down boot camp thing to help it. All right. And then it was like, well, while I'm out here and a little closer to Utah, like, okay.
I'll text Weston and see if he'll actually text me back.
Yeah.
How was boot camp? I haven't been yet.
It was good. It was cool. It
looks so fun.
I was very falling apart from the 6.5 weeks of travel at that point. I could have been more interesting, but it was good. It was nice.
Did you have a booth there, or you just kind of milled around?
I hung out at Caswell's, telling everyone this story about $2.5 billion worth of agricultural damage.
It's a good story.
Up to 70 viral pathogens, bioterrorism, and also go to badleathergoods.com. For the record, I'm never sure how to say it, but we did all the designs, but this design it might look familiar to some people because I licensed it from a reasonably well-known Indonesian bag brand. I just really liked his bag, and I texted him. I was like, "Can I just license? I like it. Can I license it?"
Why reinvent the wheel?
And so I did, and so it's all legal and above board. But because it's Indonesia and they're not very crazy about boars. Like, hang on, I misphrased that. Because it's Indonesia. And he's an Indonesian dude. It's an Islamic country, and him being very closely tied to a porcine leather brand is not favorable. So he asked me not to credit him too publicly.
Saying his name?
No, I'm not. But it's I want to give him credit, but he asked me not to. But I just want people to know this is above board.
Yeah. Well, it's a cool design too. And like that's like if you have something that works and you're doing like a small batch like this, why reinvent the wheel?
I know
it's going to cost you $10,000 of prototyping and development.
I've been like that's the nice thing about the leather goods brand is that I've been testing leather bags and messengers and backpacks for years, and I know what I like, and I've got a million messengers. And when it came time to do it, I was like, look, it's not just the design, like the inside is all my design, and cool. we combine like kind of two of the patterns, so there's not one exactly like this, but it is, it's very much.
Well, and you have a backpack too, because you texted me and you're like, hey, you want one of these bags? And I was like, I am unfortunately not a satchel guy. And you're like, I clocked you more as a backpack guy. You're like, that is correct. I am still a 12-year-old boy that puts my backpack to school every day.
That'll be coming here in a couple of days. This whole thing, I have never had a business with products. It's a lot harder
a lot
than
of work,
publishing my
right?
dumb little articles on the internet. Yeah, like, oh, it's rained too much in Tennessee. The hides have to dry out. Like, what?
Nothing's ever on time.
No, it's
Nothing ever
horrible.
gets delivered.
And I was supposed to have this whole thing ready to go, badleathergoods.com, when the boot was released, so that we could like kind of cross promote it. But Shopify, they didn't do the two-factor authentication properly. I was locked out for a month.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, and then they unlocked it for the wrong guy in my business, and it's like, it's just anyway.
It is a nightmare.
It will be up by the time you post your video. I've told my people,
yeah.
I'm like, look, the rose apples.
There's no choice. This has to go up.
And if it's not up, there's a place to put in your email to get told when it's going to go live. But if it's not up when you watch this, I'm in big trouble.
Well, that's like people, like, they don't understand, like, and I think they kind of get it a little bit more now, but like most of what I do is not like being an influencer and being a YouTuber. Like that's a few hours of my week. Most of what I do is like managing my crew, designing new products, like the business side of things, trying to keep this thing up and running because we got like 15 employees now. We got this new shop, and it's like you can still do like the influencer thing, but a lot of people don't understand there's not much money in
No one has
online.
any idea what my business actually is.
Right.
It's not
I don't
YouTube.
think I even really know.
No.
But
well, I wanted to do a video with you. We're not going to have time to do it.
Right.
But I wanted to do a video where the two of us talk about how we make money because the average person might think that our businesses are remotely similar and like they're completely different business models.
The forward-facing thing is the same. Oh, YouTubers, talk about boots and shoes.
Right.
Everything underneath of it that makes all like those videos, at least for us, possible.
Yeah.
Is like what we both actually do.
Yeah, exactly. And like people at boot camp, they're always like, so what's your day job? And I'm like, Stridewise has like 4 full-time employees at this point. Like it's like, this is a whole thing. But like I'll go to Vietnam to work with my website guy and like we'll just sit there doing HTML, categorizing this. Like, is the JavaScript going well on this site? like that. I think sometimes like the YouTube is like 5% of my revenue or something. But people think I'm a YouTuber. So
dude, if we break even, I'm happy. Like if we just even break even, because obviously we have the expense of like boots and shoes we have to destroy, but it's like, I think people have a misunderstanding of like how lucrative like YouTube is and being an influencer is. Maybe 10 years ago you could just rake in the money, but right now I don't know how YouTubers like make money if they don't have something else supporting it.
I know. It's
which is wild because it's like me and you are two of the most influential people in the entire world for a big segment of the footwear industry and the whole footwear industry in the whole. Like if you gathered together the top 50 people in the entire world for footwear, we'd be in the top 50. And yet we still can't support ourselves just off the content, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
Because whatever. And like just like a side note that we don't have to keep in, but it's like even down to the integrations. Like most people used to make their money off, hey, here's a 90-second ad about Simply Safe or Shopify. YouTube has like been disincentivizing that. They have that new skip feature. They've released their own like integration stuff, and so they're trying to kill that because ad revenue, they take like 80% of ad revenue.
Yeah.
But for integrated sponsors, they take 0%.
Yes, that's true.
And so that's thousands and thousands of dollars per video that they're not getting a chunk of. And so they've been actively disincentivizing that. And like ad revenue is taking a death spiral in the last few years because everyone's going short from verticals. And so I'm like, how the heck is YouTube ever going to like keep these creators going? Because unless you can build a whole business behind it like we've done, how are you going to make money as a YouTuber?
I know. I mean, your videos get more views than get a lot more views than mine too. But like,
barely.
I'm lucky that like not lucky because it was from the start. This was like a blog, right? And that's what that's what my background is in. Working in New York in digital media, and I was able to make a thing that monetized. And you just sort of have to have a video component to it.
Yeah.
And it was fun. When I started the website, it was like, I had a friend who'd done it before. He was giving me some advice. He's like, you write 2 articles a week, and in 2 years, then you can pay your rent with this.
You got traffic coming in.
Yeah, and then it was like then after that, it was like, well, okay, YouTube and Google are the same company, so Google really likes it if you have a video component, but it could just be like your hands doing something.
Yeah.
And so then I started doing my hands doing something, and then like one thing leads to another, and I'm like modeling in Jakarta and stuff. Like it's just,
Dude, I hate modeling so much. It's like the one part of my job that I just do not like doing.
Everyone's always amazed when I turn up at like whatever factories or whatever, like how self-conscious I am in front of the camera. Like, isn't this your whole thing?
Dude, same. I still get nervous every time I sit down and record a video. I'm still like, ooh.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for like 5 years, like 5 times a week.
Yeah, when I thought that, I thought we were going to be filming this out on the floor before for a second with all these people around. I'm like, I can't do that.
No, I definitely made my own little tent here. I think people would be shocked at how my setup is for like 1 million subscribers. But okay, anything else you want to cover? Because next video we're gonna do the full cut in half video of this and show you all the insides, the outs, and go through the actual material side of it.
I would say there's a decent chance that you might be watching this after December 4, in which case you can't buy these and you can still buy badleathergoods.com. So you go to badleathergoods.com.
Cool.
Because this is like a very time sensitive thing, which is why you should also definitely buy this boot, because it's I think it's December 5.
Do you have an email sign up that they can get on like a next time you release something like this, you send them an email?
Yeah, I guess like subscribe to me, I guess. I've got an email thing on my website, but also Caswell might be a better way to do it because he's better at doing emails than I am.
Yeah, and huge shout out to Big Kev for doing
Kev.
He's working with us on projects, and he's just a passionate dude that's like willing to go.
Yeah, he has a full-time job still.
Yeah. And it's mostly just Kevin, right? It's like him and like I'm sure he has people obviously that make the boots and stuff, but like the fulfillment center, but the brand is all Kevin.
Yeah, I think I met a guy who works like part-time with him.
Okay.
But also, it's not his only side gig. He's doing.
Oh, really?
This is the one he's the most passionate about. But I don't know, that guy's.
He's so cool. I love Kevin.
I love him as well.
So check out Caswell as well. They've got like they're a small batch company and they do like really unique stuff. We've got a potential collaboration that works with them. Definitely, actually, it would be sick to do in that leather.
Hey.
Maybe I'll just hit up Galen and be like, hey, give me some of that leather.
You would not be the only one. Since I came out with my video a year ago talking about why it's just the best leather in the entire world, Ed's been like going, I'm sorry, you made it popular. Like,
yeah, dude, same like with our blood core stuff from like we work with Seidel. It's been nothing but chaos. Like even like brands.
Yeah,
I
you
work
increase
with.
it. I mean, ostensibly, my whole goal here is to increase demand for wild boar hide. I did that very successfully to the point that sometimes it's quite hard to get a hold of enough boar.
Hell yeah.
Because like a bunch of other companies like, oh, that is a good story for the leather.
Right.
I'm like, no, that's mine.
Like that's my story, dude.
I own Feral Swine.
But you're the one that did it first, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Although, like, all credit to Ed, who like solved the mystery of how to make the color consistent and stuff. Because every wild boar before this, you see it. Some other brands in the past have done wild boar leather, and we didn't even mention how hard it is to make a boot out of it once the leather's made, because like it's very hard to last and everything. But one of the issues was the color was always very blotchy on wild boar, and that was a big thing that Ed kind of fixed, and that's why this is a unique and exciting leather. That and all the other things, and also like 20 other things that I've forgotten to mention about wild boar.
That's why we're doing 2 videos.
I'm always looking up like stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is another insane study. This is another way they're horrible. Like, this, what do you mean they kill baby calves?
Right,
what?
yeah.
Like, why? Just bad all around. And we should help our farmers and our economy.
That's right. Kill some pigs. It's good for the world.
Wipe them out. Yeah. I think it might be. We've thought about it, like about how. I've had so many friends who are like, this is a terrible idea for a business, and no one wants to think about where their leather comes from. Like, no one wants to think about where their meat comes from. Like, that's not how people do leather. And I'm like, I get what you're saying, but this is probably the company, the leather goods company, probably worldwide that has the biggest emphasis on this is the animal it came from. You are killing it when you buy this, but it's a good thing. But like, be happy and celebrate that you're killing this animal, because like normally the job of a leather company is to not remember that you're actually killing an animal here. Yeah.
And hopefully one day I will be the murderer of those animals.
Yeah.
I really think it'd be so fun, because I just like imagine.
I'll go hunting with you.
I imagine like us in a helicopter. Maybe you don't want to like do it, but this is how I see.
No, I'd do it. I just YouTube wouldn't let me put it in ads. But if you just want to like put it in a video, yeah, I'll come. Whatever, let's go.
This is how I see it happening. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. This is intro to this song. That's me and you.
I know, 100%.
Murdering pigs.
We're gonna need to have like our bandanas on and like the war paint on our face.
Dude, we could hit up Action Bros and be like, hey, you want to kill some pigs with us?
Yes. All my friends who are not in the industry, which is all of them, they're like, what is? This is like an obsession. This is like a vendetta you have. Like they're always asking me like a boar like killed my father or something. So it's just like I'm all day every day. Like, here's another reason why wild boar suck. They suck.
It's like, why does Nick hate pigs so
did a boar
much?
steal your girl? Like what happened? Yeah, that is also what happened.
Okay, well, check out the boots below. Put the links to Stridewise's channel, to his email list, so you can, if you've missed out on these, you can sign up to get notified when the next drop is.
Yes, hopefully more consistently than once a year, but we'll see how this one goes. Cool. So the boots are the best, definitely the best wild boar boots, best boots ever in the whole world.
They're actually the best boots that have ever been made.
I know, fortunately. I happen to be involved with them. But they are very good boots. They're definitely the best boar boots. And also, badleathergoods.com. Please support my little business. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, good for you. I'm hyped for you. That's why I was like, hey, we got this new machine. Let's do some small leather goods. Yeah. And then we got this video coming out, the cut in half video on the main channel, and then he's shipping me a backpack for me to check out, which I'm hyped about. Because you texted to me, Nick also texted me a shit ton of texts. And
my phone is on my computer, so I can type. Okay. And so it gets way
so I usually just scan them, and I'm like, oh, I don't really want that. And then And then he's like, wait, you don't want the backpack? And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize there was a backpack. Give me the backpack. I do want that.
Nolan just like, all right, whatever, Nick English.
Yeah, for real.
Weston, please.
Yeah, that's for the OnlyFans. You got to sign up for the premium content for that.
Yeah, that's the next way to monetize. Because as we just
Honestly, the way YouTube's going. Okay, well, thanks again, Nick, for coming out. Thanks you guys for watching this. Check them out below. See ya.
Bye.